Hi, I'm Joe Lemieux, the creator of the Helping Hand Show. To watch more Helping Hand shows, go to our website, helpinghandshows.com. That's Helping Hand Shows, SHOWS.com. Also, I'm proud to announce that the new Helping Hand book is now available for sale on the website. It's a wonderful book to read.
Thank you, Joel. Yeah, that's great stuff. And welcome, everybody. I'm John Thielon, your host and narrator, and this is the Helping Hand Show. Our show today is called Did You Love Me? That's the big question. Love is magical, it's beautiful. It really is. Whenever my wife and I go out with friends, we always enjoy hearing how people met and how they fell in love. It's uh, it's always a neat story, I have to say. I mean, okay, I'm a big football guy, but I like those kind of things too. Shh, don't tell anybody. All right. But it's always fun to hear that. We've been married for 35 years, and I can't believe how time just has flown by. And honestly, it's like a roller coaster, this marriage thing. It really is. It's like most married couples. Okay, you know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. There are disagreements, arguments, differences, and they could range from the most important things to the most ridiculous stuff on record, quite honestly. You know, she'll still yell at me for not putting the toilet seat. Matter of fact, this is true. For not putting the toilet seat down, or getting the last piece of squeezed toothpaste out of the tube. And the big one's being messy. Listen, guys are messy. We come in after a hard day. We just drop all the dirty clothes right by the washer, and there it is. So it's a fact. We live with it. And then whenever our friends say that, in their marriage they don't fight and argue with each other, BS. And I don't mean Barbara Streisand. That's when my wife and I we just start chuckling. Listen, every marriage has its ups and downs, but I was very lucky. When my dad taught me a few things, and happy spouse, happy house. So I always try to make peace before things go too far, and I know she does too. So, but this helping hand show isn't about the love of my life, but about another gal, young gal named Marla Johnson. Now, just a quick aside, one more time before we start our story. I just want to mention that again, Joel Emil, the creator of every Helping Hand show, he's got a new book. It's called Helping Hand, and again, you can purchase it now. Just go to Helping Hand Shows, plural, one word, helpinghandshows.com. Check it out. I think you'll be glad. Listen, we're only 3 months away from Christmas, so hint, hint. All right, here we go. 2 hour story. Marla Johnson fell in love with her husband, Howard Johnson. Yes, I know, Howard Johnson. No, not the orange roof restaurant and ice cream and motel guy. The guy's name was Howard Johnson. They actually met at college at a party. These two kids were single and only looking to have some fun, which meant, the typical stuff hanging out, listening to music, dancing, maybe smooching it up here and there. But like most of life's magical moments, Howard bumped into Marla on the dance floor, and kind of knocked her down. Whoops, sorry, been there, done that. Sorry, girls. And when he reached out to, like so, reached his hand out to help her up, they made eye contact. And this does happen, not always, but they made eye contact, and that's when life happened. Oh. After a couple years of dating, right after graduation of college, these two kids got married. Their future was just chock full of love, excitement, adventure, the day to day stuff that, might be mundane, might be not. Well, at least that's what we all thought until Marla one day spoke to her good friend, Vicky Levine.
Vicky, thanks for meeting me here at this coffee shop. I really appreciate it. I'm just going really insane right now, and you're not going to believe this, but Howard forgot his phone at home. I was going to bring it to him at work, but for some crazy reason, I looked at his text messages. And there they were. There were a dozen messages between him and this girl, Trisha Keith. Howard's having an affair with this woman. Can you believe this, Vicky?
Stop. Are you sure? Did you read the text messages right? Do you know this woman?
No, I have no idea who she is, but after reading the text, I can tell you that they've been together for a while.
That's that's sick. Howard always seems so in love with you. He's like the perfect husband. I just can't believe it. What are you gonna do?
Well, I can see that they're having dinner tomorrow night at the Italian table. I'm gonna drive to Howard's work and just hand him back his phone, and then tomorrow I'm gonna confront him while they're eating dinner.
Geez, okay. At least then the girl will know he has a wife and is a cheat. She may not even know he's married, and even if she does, then karma will get her one day. The worst thing someone can do is break up a marriage.
You know, love is a bond between two people. It grows when you understand one another. It's the values, the beliefs, and the goals that you create and live for. Yes, it can be magical too, and we all want to feel loved and to love someone. There's an old saying that when you're in love with somebody, you will move any mountain, swim any ocean, and risk anything and everything to be with that person. Now, cheating on a spouse, it's no good. It's kind of disgraceful, more than kind of, I have to say. And it's a dishonor to any marriage. You know, the person you fell in love with and promised to protect and cherish, well, you just hurt them. You hurt them badly. Having emotional or sexual relations with somebody else outside of your marriage, I guess, I don't, no, you know what I don't guess? It's cheating. It's cheating. For whatever reason you cheated, that's your choice. And no matter what happens, if you get caught, someone's going to get hurt and someone's going to pay the price. Okay. Depending upon your partner, you could get divorced, you could lose that other person, and quite possibly never ever be trusted by them again. But before Marla went to confront her husband Howard at his dinner date, she met up with their good friend Paul Alberto.
Paul, I need your advice. I caught Howard cheating on me. No, it's true. I can't believe it either. But the woman that he's with, her name is Trisha Keefe.
Marla, this is crazy. I have been both of your friends since college. I can't believe this. I'm shocked. If this is true, Howard must be losing his mind. He's crazy in love with you.
Paul, this is why I have to talk to you. Because once I confront Howard at the restaurant with that girl, my marriage could be over. So, do you think that he's having affairs with other girls as well while we're together? I mean, even when we were dating? You hang out with him all the time. Tell me, is Howard a cheater?
Marla, we're all friends. If I say anything, it will get me involved, and I'll lose you both. I don't want to take sides here. I can honestly say I know nothing about Howard's cheating. It's true that he dated a few other girls in college before you two got serious, but once he realized you were the one, he stopped. I can still remember that day he told me he was in love with you. We were all so happy for the both of you.
Oh, Paul, I feel like a fool. I mean, I saw no change in our relationship. He treats me like a queen and he tells me all the time that he loves me. I mean, we just booked a cruise to celebrate our 10th anniversary. How could he do this?
Marla, are you sure you're reading these messages right? Sometimes your mind makes you see things differently. Maybe you should have someone else take a look at the text and give you their opinion. I'm just saying that before you step into that restaurant, you should be absolutely sure that you are right. I have a friend, Oscar Lafonte, who is very understanding. I can call him and ask him to come over, let him read the text and see what he says. Okay, I will call him now.
Hey, Paulie, what's up? Hey, I was just getting ready to go hit some golf balls. Do you want to join me?
No, but I need you to come over and do me a favor. My good friend, who you don't know, saw some text messages between her husband and a woman. I need you to read these messages and give her your opinion if her husband is cheating on her. You need to do it now because tomorrow she is confronting him while he's on what she assumes is a date with this other woman.
Oh, buddy, you're gonna owe me on this one. Paul, these golf balls are begging to get whacked. I'll be over in a little while.
Marriages and relationships, you know, they can be complicated and stressful, I should say, if there are issues. Many marriages are very much worth saving and trying to make stronger. This is why there are professional marriage counselors out there. A marriage counselor is a therapist who's going to try to change how married people act towards one another or treat each other. They work on helping the married couple change a relationship, one which has issues, of course, into a stronger one, into one like it used to be. They give their advice and suggestions to improve their feelings toward one another. And these therapists, they're certified, they're experienced, and they're trained in relationship counseling. So that's important. That's positive. So marriages that have issues don't always result in a divorce. If you truly love somebody, then every avenue of attempting to save the marriage really ought to be tried. Here are some suggestions, on how to do exactly that. Number one, value your partner. Number two, don't be influenced by anyone or your partner to believe a certain way. Number three, make an effort to communicate with your partner about how you're feeling about things. Number four, try to create trust. Without trust, there's nothing. There's no relationship, there's no nothing. Number five, don't make promises you can't live up to or you can't keep. Just don't. Like Clint Eastwood said, a man or a woman has got to know his limitations. Okay. Don't expect number six. Don't expect your partner to change. Listen, you met them. You've figured out that this is them. This is how they are, and you all of a sudden, I see this all the time. It's nuts. You want them to change? Why didn't you get somebody like that other than the person who you met? Anyway, I digress. Number seven, accept the outcomes or you don't with somebody. And remember, it's always a give and take outcome. You're not always right. They're not always right. It just is like that. Number eight, live your life. To be happy, you need to be happy. Okay, watch your words. Say good things, positive things, upbeat things, things of good cheer. Okay, live every day like it's so real you can't even describe it. There's no rehearsal. There's no rehearsal. You get one shot. Simple as that. And now, even though things could be like a roller coaster, it should be fun and exciting when it's all said and done. It really should be. Okay, so now got a hold of Oscar. So Oscar LaFontaine now arrives at Paul's house, and he's going to read Marla's text messages that she found between her husband Howard and this other woman, Trisha Keefe. Go ahead.
Hi, Marla. Paul explained your situation to me. I understand there's text messages you want me to read and maybe give you some advice about.
Yeah, I just need to know if you agree with the text messages between them and the proof that Howard is cheating on me.
All right, Marla. I perused the text messages, and now remember, I'm not a therapist and have no training in these things. I'm just Paul's friend, and I don't know any of these. So I'm just going to give you my honest opinion, okay? Listen, I believe you read those text messages right. It seems to me that your husband Howard is having an affair with that Trisha Keefe. They're calling each other pet names and flirting with each other. I'm sorry. Maybe you should have your girlfriend or maybe another friend read it. And just stay strong, girlie. And I wish you peace.
Okay, I will ask her. I just have to confront them both tomorrow at the restaurant. I need to look Howard straight in his eyes and ask him if he ever loved me. But you're right. I'm gonna ask Vicky, my best friend, to read the text messages as well. And after tomorrow, I'm gonna need a shoulder to cry on. So just let me go over to her house.
Marla, I was worried about you. Did you get my messages? I called you so many times.
Yeah, I got all the calls, and thanks for caring, by the way. But Vicky, I need you to read these text messages and just tell me what you think and what you would do. I'm really sorry to ask, but I need your help right now, and I need you to get involved. Just tell me if I'm the crazy one or if I'm overreacting.
You aren't the crazy one. After reading these messages between them, ugh, you need to catch Howard cheating. Let him see you so he knows that he's been caught. I'm so sorry, girl, but once a cheat, always a cheat. It's so sad, but he could have been like this throughout your marriage. You need to find out if your marriage is even worth fighting for.
I understand you, and I feel that as well. I need to know who he is. I just feel like a fool for not seeing this side of him. I mean, there were no signs, or maybe if there were, I just didn't want to see them. But I can't live with myself now knowing and having the proof as well. I would really be a fool then, and I deserve to have a better life. I gave Howard my heart. I love him. He's my world. But love has to be a two-way street. It hurts so much because I still can't believe it. I wish I was just living a nightmare and that I could wake up.
Well, that tomorrow, the date at the restaurant, finally came. Marla got a phone call from her husband, Howard, who said he was working late and wouldn't be home for dinner. Uh huh. Marla told him to not work so hard and that she would see him later. She then gathered her thoughts and grabbed all the printed out text messages between her husband and this Trisha gal. Then she got in the car, drove to the restaurant, and was going to confront him. She walked into the restaurant towards the table where her husband Howard and this other woman, Trisha Keefe, were enjoying dinner. Her husband Howard saw her coming, stood up. Marla then told him, "Hi, love. Please sit down. Your dinner is getting cold."
Howard, I guess you're not working unless this is your new office now. And Trisha Keefe, how are you, sweetheart? Is this date going well? I saw you suggested this restaurant in your text message that you sent my husband, Howard. Yes, my husband. Do you know he's been married to me for 10 years? And we just booked a cruise to celebrate that. Did you tell her, Howard? Oh, maybe she should know why you've been away for a week. Did you tell her that as well?
Text messages between us. You have to understand, I did not mean to hurt you. Let's not make this crazy. We are just friends, having dinner together. Trisha is just a friend. You have to believe me. I'm not going to lie to you. Nothing has happened between us. I'm only having dinner with a friend.
Okay, look, Howard. Look, Howard, I have the text messages right here in my hands. You want to read them? Trisha is not a friend. She's more than that to you. Don't tell me nothing has ever happened between you two.
You have to believe me. There's nothing happening between us. We just go out for dinner and talk. What's wrong with having a girl that's a friend? You're acting crazy right now.
Oh, come on. He's lying, isn't he, Trisha? Is this what you want? A married man who cheats on his wife for 10 years and then just throws it all away like garbage to the side? He's calling you just a friend when we all know that you are his lover. Oh, and tonight you're lucky to see what the true man really is because I couldn't see that before.
You judge me. How dare you? I'm a good man and husband. I work, pay our bills, give you a beautiful home, and love you. Why can't you understand? I love you. Like other men don't have girls on the side. I know a lot of them. And you would be very surprised who they are.
I just want to ask you one question. And then, Trisha, he's all yours. Howard, did you love me? Because I don't love you anymore. Bye.
Marla, wait. I'm here. I was standing in the corner. There's no way I was going to let you do this by yourself. I saw and heard everything. You are such a strong woman. Much stronger than me, that's for sure. I'm so proud of you. So I'm offering you my helping hand. I will be by your side through this whole mess. No matter what you decide to do, either go through with the divorce or seek marriage counseling. I will never judge you or your decision. I'm your friend.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what it's all about. When it's all said and done, is having a friend. And that's our helping hand story for today, folks. We hope you got something out of it and, well, enjoyed it to whatever degree. It's sometimes our topics are hard hitting. So enjoying an episode, so to say, like today, is not necessarily always the right thing to say about such an episode. But it's very impactful, as things like this do, as we know, go on all the time. Now, to catch more Helping Hand shows, which you can do, by the way, you can do it a couple of different ways. The first way, of course, is just simply go to Helping Hand Shows, all one word now, helpinghandshows.com. And don't forget, the new Helping Hand book is available for purchase on that website, helpinghandshows.com. It really does make a great gift. Once again, and as always, Helping Hand was conceived, created, and written by our friend Joel Emile. Here now are all the actors and the characters that they played this time around. Joel himself, he played Paul Alberto. Tim McGrath, he was Howard Johnson. Jennifer Service played Marla Johnson. Salma Siddiqui played Vicky Levine. And Ryan Evans played Oscar Lafante. We want to give a big thank you, as we always like to do, to Gino DiPiero, I should say, our good friend at HamiltonRadio.net. He's our recording engineer. He's our producer. He makes it sound like we know what we're doing, because we kind of do, and so does he. You can also, now here's the other way you can catch Helping Hand. Every weekend you can catch Helping Hand on HamiltonRadio.net. Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern, Saturdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, and Sunday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, Gino. We do appreciate it. I know, as always. As for me, I'm John Thielon, your host and narrator. You know, your Uncle John over here. Now, remember, before we go, one last thing. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. And don't give up. Don't ever give up. Our opportunities for positivity, success, and love are closer than you think. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to check out all of our shows once again and get your copy of the Helping Hand book, helpinghandshows.com. That's where you do it, on helpinghandshows.com, our website. Have a great one. Thanks for being here. We'll catch you next time on Helping Hand. So long.